Hey, there we go.
What did you do?
I restarted the camera.
Gosh, there you go.
I know, right? Pretty crazy.
Yep.
So, how you doing? Let me go ahead and get the introductions out of the way. Everybody, welcome. Karmic transmission 46. Number 46 coming at you tonight. We got Rexy here with us at the moment. This is your host, Jake Van der Linden. Eric will be with us here in a minute. Ayame might be running a few minutes late, but she should be here. I think she was just wrapping up something at her escape room job. So should be on here in a little bit. As always, guys, if you want to know what we're about, what we're doing, best way to find us is check out our website, karmaincarnate.com. You can see everything that we do. Look at the challenge. There's ways to get in touch with us. Lots of cool stuff on there. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. On Twitter, we're at the Karmic Feed is how you can find us on there. You can also, if she jumps on, you can find at Ayame X Goddess. She's a good friend of ours, does a lot of our social media handling. Feel free to reach out to her. And I think that's got it. There we have it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Man, that's crazy. These keep chugging along. It's pretty, it's like you said, it's pretty crazy how quickly 2 weeks comes up.
Yeah, it is. And it's, especially when you have a schedule and something that you're constantly doing that helps set the pace and give it some kind of relativeness,
Yeah.
It really does blow your mind. It's like, holy hell.
Oh, yeah.
We're already almost a month down of 2022. That means there's only 11 more until it's another year.
Yeah. It's insanity is what it is.
Clicking by.
So, but dude, how was your drive today? Where did you go? You went up to Logan?
No, far west Utah.
Far west.
So, yeah, up to Associated Foods. So it's their main managing warehouse where they, get all the trucks ready to go out to the local stores and distribute the food that us as Karma agents then go purchase and take to food banks and feed people all around the world. Well, at least here in the greater Salt Lake area. Anyway, we're trying to grow. We're getting people involved. We're trying to change the way that people think about business and the way we feed people. So it just takes a little bit of a, courage to step out.
Interconnectedness, like you said, it's funny that you go up and work with Associated Foods to deliver the food to the grocery store as your day job, right? Unaffiliated with Karma. And then in the evening, it's like, okay, now let's run to the grocery store. Let's buy that food and go get it to those in need. It's really pretty. It's a neat little cycle when you think about it,
Well, that's the thing is the systems, they seem so simplistic, but they're actually so complex in every bit of basicness to them. If you have a doctor write out the process of taking a breath, it takes up over a page. It's crazy. And it's just, that's something you do without even thinking. You do it in your sleep. It's the basic premise of existence. But if you have to think about it and do all the steps, it blows your mind. And the same goes with our economic system and our distribution systems. And that's one thing that I always have loved about what we do here at Karma, and built into it. Part of the plan is that, rather than going and getting off the bat, going and getting a direct contact with wholesale and trying to buy it direct from the company to get better prices, I think it's better to go buy it directly off the shelves, because then that means that there's new opportunities for people that have to go out and get a job and try to earn an income, and then they can then join and play in the economic game that we've started. And that's capitalism in a nutshell, is that it all is symbiotic and works with itself to create itself. So,
well, absolutely. Well, and you made it, there was one thing we've always talked about. Karma is it's capitalizing on the human element, right?
Yeah.
And so literally everything that we do from beginning to end is trying to touch as many individual lives directly as possible. And you see it in every step of what we do, from literally, like you said, buying the food in a local grocery store, causing them to need to hire employees, to bring in more people, to all of it is a generator. And at every impact, that's what we want to do, And it's pretty impressive. It's really an impressive thing to not leave anybody out, right?
Yeah, it's the you know, that's the best part, like you say, is not leave anybody out. And why would you want to? You know, everything has potential. It's the focus of the cosmos in a certain spot and area. You know, to waste that is just crazy. So giving people the opportunity, giving them the, you know, the incentive to actually go out and do those things is always been an important process of the entire game that we play. But like you said in the beginning, our entire economic system, when it came down to in the societal function, kind of was based on, you know, how much productivity you brought towards the community was a direct output of your economic standing. You know, not to say that that hasn't been, you know, used and abused, and people have found new and better ways to try to make money, which is why it's so important for karma to get economics back to its roots, which is, you know, helping build the community, helping talk to each other, and knowing that this man-made thing that we call money can't stop the potential of the human element, which, like you say, is what we're investing in karma, which is what we believe in, is that nature's done a pretty good job in the last 4.6 billion years. I don't see why we'd want to jump in and try to muck that up.
To think that we can do better in our couple 100 million years that we've been here.
Well, me so far only coming up on 35. You know, so it's the amount of processes that I've been able to take part in this great big show is you know, limits all the cognitive reason of it. But that's how come you don't need to outthink it. You just need to, you know, figure out patterns and use them to try to help experience a new way of looking at economics and, you know, just life in general. So that's karma, you know.
Couldn't agree more, brother. Couldn't agree more. Sorry, my contacts, now that it's getting late, I can like feel the chlorine and everything from earlier today starting to add up. So it's starting to, my eyes are all over the place.
My eyes were burning earlier too. So my eyes were burning from going to the pool today. So
mine are drying out and my contact lenses are sticking a little bit. So I've been wearing them for too long.
If you need to take them out, you're more than welcome to switch to your glasses, whatever you need to do.
We're all right. We're all right. I prefer this because then you can actually see.
See your bright and smiling eyes.
You can see the peepers and know what I'm doing when I'm contemplative.
Yeah, the window to Jackie's soul. Just make sure the curtains are drawn. So I gotta look here. Is this cat at the door now? Nope, he's out there.
Oh yeah, he's a right dickhead. So.
Cold, a little turd. I don't know
Yeah.
what he's thinking.
They got to do what they got to do, you know. And
cats.
Crowling is a part of it. Damn. Now I'm thinking I lost my train of thought. Oh no. What I was going to say is it's funny we talk about, you know, moving with natural cycles and all that kind of stuff. When we were at the pool earlier and we were going through all that range of motion stuff and just kind of moving around, I was laughing because it literally made me think of like how much time I spend in a chair. And how it's like, I need to get up and move more often, and that would probably do wonders for me, you know.
You're not
all
joking.
Of that concentrated exercise is kind of weird. It's only been around, you know, exercising in these kinds of designated fashions. It's fairly new, you know. Like you said, humans have been around for 35 million years, and we've only been doing like dedicated exercise for a couple hundred, you know. Everything else was in the past practical, you know. All of your physical training was for combat or for, you know, you were doing all that stuff with a purpose, not just because you want to go to the gym, you know. Kind of weird.
Yeah, but in our new day and age, we've given the gym its own purpose. It's a social area, you know, the Gime, as Homer Simpson would say. So, you know, it's where you go meet that Rainer Wolfcasser and climb that mountain, eating nothing but apple bars.
Yeah.
So,
don't you mean shredded Chinese newspapers?
Well, that's only like 90% of it. So.
And apple cores.
Yeah. So. Man, the Simpsons were wonderful. I miss them. So.
Me too.
Yeah, subtle, good, funny little humor. So
You know what, the things that this is what's interesting is the trade-offs. Mom just said it's not how much we have or make it, how we made what we have, and we can change the course. I'm sure there's supposed to be some punctuation in there. We
How
have
we made what we have, and we can change the course. I see. So it doesn't matter how much money you made or how rich or how wealthy you are. It matters how you got it. And you have the way to look into the future and see better systems and better ways, like karma, which is funny because it's one of the oldest and best systems. But you go back to the basics, and you can find ways to make big change in the world while making your own income and ability to live life better. So nailed it, Mom. You could probably see her in the reflection of that glass there, giving me thumbs up. That's how it goes. So
I don't know.
You did good, Mom. I speak gibberish if you haven't read my messages before. So
hey, I'm no better. You at least could make sense of that. I was lost in the text, going, what is this saying?
yeah. So, see, like you said, I speak pure gibberish.
It's true. If they get frontier gibberish, Mom will be even better though.
Native frontier gibberish. Frontier gibberish.
No,
that dated is Jackie. Watch that show, get in trouble.
No, you can watch it plenty.
I know. It's a fantastic movie. We went and saw it in the movie theaters just a couple years ago because it was playing as classics.
That was a lot of fun.
And it is one. It was a good time and a lot of fun. And the best way to look a bully in the eye and make sure it stands down is, laugh at it. And that's what's good about that movie is it takes all the, the parts about history and what we've learned and laugh about it and put it in perspective so we can grow and, not have to worry about,
comedy's a great leveler. That's
credit for the weirdness that we all seem to share. So
well, there's two things that between comedy and love, those two things right there make everybody kind of get along because it just immediately levels the playing field. Everybody can get behind those two feelings, and karma definitely gives people that feeling of the care, and wanting to look after each other. It really hits it. And what's even better is the personalities that it brings to it are fun. That's why we have such a diverse crowd.
Yeah. Well, we workhorses. We've had them for a long time and we've domesticated them and they've picked up our human attributes. And a workhorse is depressed if it doesn't work. If you put a horse into a corral and leave it, they get sad, they lose their mind, they get upset. A workhorse likes to work. And, like I said, we domesticated them. So what do you think happens to us? It's a shared trait. It's something they picked up on, and giving people work and purpose and something tasks that they can accomplish and feel like they've gained something from it, that makes the world go round. And then, that's it's economics in a nutshell. Yeah, it's how it goes. It's the universe in a nutshell. So, but yeah.
I don't know where people are running late. Haven't heard anything from Eric. So I was actually just going to see if our old wild card wants to join us.
Colby the Hakester?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I figure why not?
Yeah, why not? So everybody else must have got caught in traffic, got busy.
That's
life's how it goes. Yeah, it's karma. You don't know exactly what the action is,
but
knew. You just got to roll with it.
It's kind of what I figured. Best thing you can do.
Yeah. So, how about you, Jackie? What's been new? What kind of work you been doing,
dude?
On the karma side, you've been getting a lot of things tidied up and cleaned up.
A little bit. We, what was I going to say? I was working on back office images and updates today. Was one thing that I was doing, trying to get a few things updated and working again. I think I figured out where the hiccup was in all of the file pathing and trying to get everything working.
Good.
Or for the replicated sites, right? I did come up with a workaround though.
Replicated sites. All of our agents, everybody that purchases and gets involved in Karma Incarnate as a community impact agent, gets their own complete back office system, which can manage and operate their entire business, from emails to checking your payments to seeing how everybody else's payments are going, all kinds of cool stuff. And it comes with your $50 purchase and becoming a community impact agent. So that's just for reference. Okay, continue,
Yeah.
Jackie. Go ahead.
Well, that's you just nailed it right there, man. You tell us a franchise or business that for $50 gives you every tool, resource, and everything imaginable to actually be successful in your business. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's
that doesn't exist for $75,000. That doesn't really exist. You know,
Well,
but for $50, oh yeah, we'll give it to you. You know.
well, yeah, it's just anything and everything that any of the big players in the industry of, you know, multi-level marketing or profit sharing programs, or
Direct sales.
any way that you want to explain the act of karma, which is giving people, you know, some benefit and some sort of reaction to their action. If however we do that with our economic system, that's, you know, that we call it karma. But we wanted to make it so that everybody could have instant capability to compete and go out and try to build a business, because I genuinely know in my heart that economics is what was built and brought this entire community that we call human beings on this earth together. You know, before we could trade ideas, before we could trade religions and things, we couldn't even share a language. So the first thing they do is hold up a pair of beads, and the other people would hold up a gold coin, and they would have some sort of transaction. And that's what is, that's the whole universe, is bodies of mass transacting with each other and generating what we call life and existence. So tap into that, put it into an economic system, and make that baby run and work. That's the idea, you know. So
well, you're taking I was going to say there's an oversimplification, because it's well no, there's here's the thing is, in all reality, you can have two forms of interaction, right? So when two bodies bump into each other, they can either transact or there can be conflict. And what we would prefer is transaction. We want
well,
a peaceable exchange of energies and information.
What you're talking about, Jackie, is a man-made thought and perception of what we call existence. To the universe, to what we would call, you know, the whole thing, it sees no difference between conflict and transaction, because it's the same thing.
True.
You see, it's karma happening. That's all that
it's
that's all it sees.
An interaction.
So, you know, that's why I like to talk about how, you know, in the body, white blood cells attacking viruses and stuff, that's conflict. And everything in our spirit and soul says we should stop that and stop, you know, get rid of conflict. But if it didn't happen, we wouldn't exist. And so it's all layers and perspective.
Oh no, and you're not wrong, because on all of those levels, they're just acting out their part. You know, what's insane is us hairless apes that think of ourselves as advanced start trying to come in and thinking that we can control and dictate how it all works. So we start putting on things like, you know, what type of interaction is it? It doesn't matter. It's just an interaction, you know. That's all that's occurring according to nature. So
well, and you know, from all things have that ego and act in their own accord. But like you said, the hairless ape thing, and you know, it's a funny way of putting it, because it's like it's you know, that's how come karma and businesses like karma, oh here he comes, are so important, is because it's animal instinct and part of it, I would say universal instinct, to have some of that transaction and all, and to have a sense of ego or a sense of yourself, to then demanding, "Hey, buddy,
Hey, what's up, man?
require some form of."
Hey, I made it.
So
Dude,
you
good
made
to see
it.
you, buddy.
You look good in that shirt, bud.
Sure do. Looking sharp.
Yeah, I was planning on being on the show.
It's all crimson Colby.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this guy. He's blood red. It just hides the wine stains.
Oh yeah, you can't see any stains. There's so many.
So I think he's really just Tiger Woods' cousin, wearing that red shirt. Yeah,
See,
good to
I
see
was
you,
gonna
man.
say,
Gold jacket. Who gives a shit?
yeah.
I was gonna say he's a
For real.
red shirt from Star Trek. He can't go down with Kirk and Spock to the planet. That you just got to be careful.
Oh yeah, because I don't have a badge.
Yeah, well,
That
red
too.
shirts. That was the thing. If they were wearing a red shirt, they were gonna die in the episode. That was the trick.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember there was such deep symbolism.
Yes,
Deep, real
Yes,
deep.
It was very layered for the 1960s sci-fi genre.
It was
They're just color
actually
coordinated.
so the bad guys knew which guys to kill.
That's right. Well, miraculously, everything missed the heroes, but that was just their bluish green shirts, you know.
Have you seen Captain Kirk run? There ain't a bolt of anything that could touch that man.
No, he can dodge things.
He does this stuff
you can't
after.
see.
He-
He'll just throw in a roll whenever.
yeah. Oh, dude. That's why he stole my heart.
That was really the scene.
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Hands down, hands down. Because at that
Okay.
moment, William Shatner ceased to be, and there was just Captain Kirk. That was it.
He danced across the field of fire. Like, you know, most people run. This guy did like a pirouette to a knee spin. You know, he was classic.
Graceful, like a
You-
ballerina.
So, yeah,
He's just lucky I forgave him.
forgave him.
Yeah, dude, I went to Comic-Con one year and I was like behind the scenes trying to go to the restroom, and this guy comes rolling around in a golf cart all reckless and just willy-nilly,
Oh
and
no.
he almost hit me.
He almost gave me. Oh my gosh.
I almost got ran over by his golf cart at Comic-Con.
He would have just went, beam me up, bitches. Flipped you off. Kept driving.
He would have just disappeared, and it's like me talking to the golf cart driver. Do you have insurance?
Who should
When
I
I go into the
contact?
hospital, they'd be like, I heard you got hit by Captain Kirk. Was it pretty cool?
I honestly wish it would have ended up happening, but goddamn
That's
him and his
hilarious.
captain skills, he got the brakes on.
That's hilarious.
Captain skill.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, it was crazy just because it happened so fast, and then he's literally wearing like this kick-ass leather jacket, and I'm just like I'm not even mad.
Yeah, you were just more upset that you didn't get hit.
Honestly, I would have got an autograph out of that deal.
You probably would at least an autograph.
I would hope. That's all. I'm not gonna try and make the captain go broke.
No. Yeah, can't do that.
Dude,
Okay.
he's got future money though. So you couldn't have even spent it if he paid you.
What do they use in Star Trek? Do they call them credits too?
Yeah, they use like credits, I think.
Yeah.
That's the default. Insert any like science fiction title and they use credits. That's like what they default to.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's funny. Because we don't care what we want to use. Seashells, bark, money, you know, we'll pay you in whatever, because here at Karma it doesn't matter. That stuff's man-made. We've done, you know, it's the
What's
feeding
important is the people, like you said.
well, it's you know, it's an action generating a reaction. So it whatever the catalyst is for it, it doesn't really, you know, we don't care what the fuel is. We just want the action to happen. It's like one of those cool engines that they had in World War II that would run on anything. Those big half tracks that the troop guys would drive around in,
Mhm.
they could run them on straight oil. They could run them on diesel fuel, gasoline, kerosene, and like white fuel too. Yeah, you could put anything in them and they'd run. So
That's interesting.
that's like karma. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter. What matters is that we got the people to move with it.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
As long as people are willing to generate some form of wealth credit, we can use that to then disperse food, clothing, all kinds of stuff. All the hurts and woes of man are pretty much our product to be able to go out and, make sure it gets distributed, and then we'll distribute some of those credits to us for doing that. And then that's how it all works. Yeah. So
what I was going to say is, with the back office, I thought up. So you guys know I've been working on the website, and I'm trying to get the shopping cart integrated. It's just fighting me in a couple of spots. But I had a thought and something that I found. So every agent right now can log into their back office through the website. Like all of that functionality is there. The only thing that's not there is the replicating website and the forward-facing shopping cart. Okay, which just means that they would see it immediately. They click on the button and just show in the shopping cart. But on the old device right here, I was able, if you open the shopping cart from your back office, you can scan, and it's really white and blotted out. But literally right now, I've got a web page open to my shopping cart. So if I wanted to sell somebody a family food gift, I could hop on my phone and do it right now because I've got just the web page synced already. And I
your website synced to it.
My personal website shopping cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because the shopping cart's generating, it's just not.
Yeah. So everything's there. Because that one's just a back office tool. So that one's already there. You just got to get the connected part to the website. That's what I'm missing is the connection. And I think I figured out what that was. I think it's you remember how we wanted to cut down on our downtime when we updated the website, Rexy?
Yeah.
So when we did that, we had to get a temporary host name. And that temporary host name is what they attached to our server name. And I think that what's been happening is the people that manage our back office software have been putting in the wrong file directory because they didn't know about that old holding name that's in place for the server. Because I haven't been able to see that I can change the server name, but all the websites and domains and all that stuff has changed. Just the server name is different. But
Colby looks extremely interested. See, this is something
crazy.
I know. I think it's fascinating, but it really is like Matrix in me. I don't know what.
Well, that's the thing. People don't realize Jake's doing heavy lifting right now.
Amen.
Because that's all. That's one of the things that's been giving us, slowing some things down, making it hard for us to be able to distribute the products faster and better and go out and start selling and doing some things. And we brought Jake on full time, kicking butt, working his ass off, and getting these things figured out so that way we can do the easy part, which is this, sitting and talking and enjoying what we do. Because like Colby said, it starts going green code, and all of a sudden I'm seeing Keanu Reeves and asking for Bill and Ted, but he's showing up trying to be something a little too preachy.
You know what? I would give anything for a Bill and Ted in some of these situations because I'm A1, not the one. I might be A1, but
how much better would it have been in Matrix 4 if that's what his reincarnation was? If he was just Ted and he plays the guitar, and they're like, "What the hell happened?" He's like,
Trinity came back as Bill.
Yeah.
And they had to form Wild Stallions in Matrix 4.
I don't either.
Yeah. Which one is he, Bill or Ted?
No. Keanu comes back as Bill.
He's Johnny Utah.
I think Bill's the blonde one.
Bill was the other kid, and he was Ted. Yeah. So Keanu would have to come back as Ted, and Trinity has to come back as Bill.
Oh, Trinity's Bill.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
That's what I was saying. Is Trinity
just dyes her hair
Bill, and they've got to form Wild Stallions to
Yeah.
save the Matrix.
She just dyes her hair blonde. She puts on a baseball cap backwards.
Oh my goodness.
You got a notepad, Colby.
Oh, it's not what you think.
Oh, I thought you might be sitting there having something to ask. So just to make it look
No.
cool.
Just trying to decide what's for dinner. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, you made a chart to help you.
I got delivered this because we're on this call.
Awesome.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
That's awesome.
I just haven't got to look at it very well. I'll need a little bit more time with the menu.
Be careful. She can slap you this go around.
Yeah.
She's not a regular
sure to
waitress
tip.
right now.
I don't know.
Be sure to
We
tip.
better make this last a little longer. Maybe she'll forget.
Well, Colby, I think
Just-
you should have the pork chops. I don't even think they were on there.
They are. I'm gonna mark that.
There you go.
Okay, so should I have cheesy hash browns, stuffing, Stouffer mac and cheese, or corn as my sides?
Pork chops. I'm a stuffing guy.
Yeah, stuffing.
Okay. Guess what? Nobody said I couldn't mark two.
There you go. Give her hell. What?
Ooh.
Now you got me. Cheesy mac is always good. We made mac and cheese at our house, and the cat ate a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
The cat ate it?
Yes. Like full on noodles, everything.
Yeah, you know, we've got that
Which
really
cat?
old cat that's
That old
like
gray one.
110 years old.
Yeah. Dude, she's got the palate of a 5-year-old. Nothing
Dude,
but
but a
cheese.
lot of old people go back to the palate of a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Cheeseburgers, mac and cheese,
A lot of
Any
mac and
white
giant
cheese,
punch.
a lot of applesauce.
Yeah. A lot of applesauce.
You're going for cheesy hash, you guys.
Boom. I forgot that was the one that, because that totally says Colby there. Cheese
Yeah,
and potatoes.
can't put cheese in it without me getting all
Getting all cheesy.
Get all
Put a little
cheesy.
hot sauce on it.
Should I do an air fryer or this indoor grill? I don't know how this works yet.
Dude,
Indoor grill.
that's your call. I've never done the air fryer.
I don't know. You put this thing. Look, it's like the home shopping. Gosh. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
You put this on your burner, and it's supposed to actually like turn into like a grill.
Oh, it's like a teppanyaki grill thing.
That's pretty cool.
I've never used it. Let's go for it. Waitress.
My mom said, "Is that a Baba Bilagasi?"
Is that the Emerald Lagasse one?
It's the Savers.
Let's see that grill again.
Oh my
It-
gosh.
Wait, isn't that
Put
where
the
we,
BB
where
cans.
did we find it? I don't.
Yes.
Turned
Yes.
into.
I just looked it up on
I
here.
think we did get it at Savers. I don't see his name on there.
It's called the Metro Indoor Smokeless Grill.
Oh, it's Metro.
Hey.
That's cool. You'll have to let me know how that works. You put water in here. And you put cooking spray
I
on.
think she means how it works out.
Yeah.
That too, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is.
Thanks
that's
for being a part of that. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Riveting. Yeah. So
Again, eating is a key part of life. And
Bingo.
without being able to do that, I was actually sitting there thinking earlier, I was trying to think, like, why don't people do why aren't there like big food drives and stuff in September? Seems like a good month. And then I was like, oh, maybe August. And then I started wondering do people only think that people are hungry when it's cold? Because it's like, seems to be the only time you start to see these big organizations and stuff doing food drives and whatnot. It's just kind of like, wow, why do we have that mentality? Like, that's very strange to me when you realize that, yeah, people are hungry in the summer. It's true.
Yeah. It's because the end of the fiscal year is in December 31st. and we got to get it in for our tax credit. Don't let people fool you. That
Yeah,
idea of charity,
Don't-
there's always a dirty little motive. Like I said,
yeah.
that's part of the human element. That's part of the
Okay.
universal element, ego, and it creates the want and desire for it to get better. So how about you take advantage of that and put it to good work, like feeding people. So the more you feed, the more you thrive. The more you give, the more you get. It's yeah, but no, that if I had to bet my money, that'd be why I put it on there. That the big companies, other people, everybody in the world, like you're saying, it's just we've had 100 years of Uncle Scrooge McDuck teaching us at Christmas time that you got to not be such a jerk. And I think just social programming and the way that we've thought about stuff, it's gone that way, and especially with something like hunger. That's one thing with the humans. I had a guy in the well business. He digs and drills wells. One time he said to me, he says, so he went, people can live for 3 minutes without oxygen, but I can't package and sell that yet. They can live 3 days without water, and they can live 30 days and up to 3 months without food. So he got in the water business because that one seemed urgent in what people need. And that's one of the things about just the basic absolute survival necessities. But that's, like I said, they haven't been able to package and sell air yet, but I saw it in Spaceballs, so it probably will happen. But but yeah, but that's why we do karma, is and especially why is the thing like hunger is easy to forget, is that you can go a long time before it really gnaws at you, and so you forget about everybody else's situation and where they might be on that scale. And it's it's that same selfish ego that we can then put to good work. That's the idea, it's if that makes any kind of sense.
No, and that's why I think hunger is like the worst, because it's it's like getting shot in the stomach.
Yeah, takes a long time.
Takes a long time, and so there's just misery that whole time. So it's like, they may never end up actually starving to death, but they could have been hungry for so long and just so malnourished that pneumonia gets them.
Yeah, that's it sounds like a good place to put some energy into, to try to invest into figuring out solutions for and trying to make ways to move into the future, and with the technology that we have to generate enough food to feed everybody on the planet, it then becomes a distribution problem. And so when you keep moving it down the chain of command, you finally get to the issue which is we've put basic necessities of human life into our economic system. And so people want to get paid for the distribution, the generation, and at the end, the ability to get the food and process it and eat it. So, if you can find a way to start trying to take basic necessities of human existence back out of the game by making them, generate the game itself, the more food you give away, it creates the possibility of the more money you can make. And it just turns the whole idea on its head of, capitalism as itself. And you don't beat hunger by fighting hunger. You do it by making hunger and, what we call poverty fight each other. And then we come in and push them over when they're tired. So that's the idea, with karma, with having and generating a business to feed and end hunger. So, oh gosh, I hit my knee on the table. Brutal. Oh, sorry. So, does that make sense, Colby?
Makes sense to me.
That's good. That's good. So, and it just seems to be kind of what we observe, what's going on. That's one of the best things about karma in a nutshell, is since it's such an old basic rule that we generated and made our entire societal existence on, do unto others what you want done unto you. This whole idea of, what goes around comes around, all these ideas have made it to where we can, you know, try to change this stuff. I lost where I was going with that one exactly, but sounded good in the beginning.
Mhm.
It sounded great.
Yeah. So, but anyway, what have you guys been up to for this week? Is everybody not or feeling better? Because we had a touch of the Omicron, but you know, it be gone. The Omicron.
Omicron be gone.
Yeah, that's what we did. So
Yeah, we've been doing a lot better. We're both back at work and everything, and
good.
just
Plugging along.
nothing happened.
Yeah.
Just got a sick week.
Yeah. So that's one thing that we did with karma is how I've been talking a lot on this one.
It's okay. Keep talking,
But,
Rexy boy.
We haven't done any live events since, you know, almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years come up in September. So I guess it's just a little over a year and a half. But it's been ever since they had everybody shut down the restaurants and everything that was going on.
Mhm.
And you know, I keep getting the urge and the desire to keep turning it back on and starting to have everybody come out. And then these surges keep happening. And just out of optics wise, it's spooky. You don't want to be the people that are the super spreaders. You know, that's what they call my dad at the lunch table. And I'm like, well, how did the super spreader get it? Cut him a little slack. Somebody worse gave it to him. You know, you can never chase the rabbit all the way down the hole. It's ridiculous. So, but I do think that with the way that it's progressing and stuff, and we'll keep paying attention and going about how we feel and you know, using proper judgment and stuff. But we probably ought to start getting some things going coming into this summertime and spring type of area. You know, start when people want to get out, start giving them something to go do, and you know, give them something to do with a little bit of oomph behind it, so that way it gives everybody that genuine karmic boost that we need. You know, feeling like you're doing amazing things with amazing people, trying to make the world an amazing place to exist in. So
Mhm.
who'd have thought it? I don't know.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you because it's been a long time coming, and like you said, the way that everything's kind of moving and flowing. Hopefully by then there'll be a little bit more of that relaxation, because it's like you know, Clint couldn't make it on, guys. He was working and stuff, but he's usually with us. But him and Ian, our nephew, and I think Cooper, a couple of people are going to that Tool concert tomorrow, and it's still everything with that is proof of vaccination and proof of a negative test and all of those kinds of things. And while all that stuff is still in place, it's kind of a tough one to do karma events with, you know, because
Well,
the
we
consideration
like
for the
to
people
spread
is a little bit
hunger
higher.
and
Sorry.
help. I said we like to spread hunger and good times and help people. You know, so
You mean we
we don't
like
wanna
to end
spread
hunger,
junk.
not spread hunger?
I'm not spreading
We
hunger.
don't want to spread hunger, Rexy.
I can't go for that. No.
No.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said spread hunger.
I'll take your
We're
word
gonna
for it.
go.
I
I'm
got
gonna
the
go
video.
steal
I'll watch it
candy
back
from
later.
babies and spread hunger.
So- So it's like I said, I got the video. I can watch back later. So can you guys on our YouTube channel. Check it out, Karma Incarnate at youtube.com. Anyway, we got a lot of videos up there. Cool stuff. Daily doses of karma. I made a video every day for a year talking about how easy it is to bring the idea of helping people into your life by just investing in it and making it a part of who you are. You know, then you can go about your daily life knowing that every second of every day you're stepping up, taking the challenge, investing to end hunger. We've got new videos called the 5-2 karmas. That's supposed to be because it was one every week, but that didn't happen. So, but now we got a bunch of other videos that are good. They're fun. And that's the best thing about karma, is it's supposed to be fun. You know, it's the universe playing with itself. It's dancing. It's having a good time. Quit making it too complicated. So that's the trouble with everything. We've all got so cynical and crazy because of how weird this world is, but we live in the age of miracles and magic. So let's put them to work and generate and create things with, you know, a little bit of hard work, a little bit of money, and a little bit of, you know, change of attitude.
A little bit of
Amazing what it can
gumption.
do. Yeah.
That still doesn't change
Literally,
the
a
fact
little
that
bit
you
of
said
money.
Spread hunger, Rex. That's it's a good rant.
Here it comes with it again.
Said it twice.
Did I
We
did
gave
not.
you the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, you said it twice.
Because I'm spreading the idea of ending hunger.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're just
that's
getting
better.
lazy and
That's
skipping
better.
words. Sound like Vince Neil up there.
Vince.
Singing every sixth word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we were kids and we went to our first Motley Crue concert. Like, looked at it. It's like, are you serious? You know? Man, there's nothing better.
We sang for him. We
Yeah.
sang for him, man.
And then I got in trouble.
Yeah.
I even sang the swears.
You must have said something inappropriate at the Motley Crue concert.
Yeah,
That
and
was
literally
very- They passed the
Article.
can around like that was ridiculous.
yeah. And like you're saying, I'm sure it was us singing the song. It's like, what do you do, man? No winning. So,
You're offended. You're too old. Get out of here.
dude, you can't even believe it. 34. I turned 35 in like no time. My
Stop.
battery is juicing
Stop.
out.
Is it juicing
I'm at
out?
10%.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God.
We can
Hey, give me a
wrap
minute,
this
I'll be
up a
back.
touch early. I don't think we're gonna get any of the other people on. And that's okay too.
Yeah, because Rex's battery's dying.
And here's the deal. He's gonna come walking in here. Yeah, see?
Rex's?
What are you doing?
Oh.
Why don't we just wrap it a few minutes early?
Huh?
What did he even grab?
He grabbed his battery charger for his computer. He's gonna
Oh, I
plug it
thought
in.
he was talking about physically. He was at 10%
There's
because he was just complaining about his age.
I know.
And so it was very strange. He just
Got
jumps
it.
off.
Oh, dude, you don't even know. The topics that I jump are like I've been an
No
Olympic
kidding.
jumper,
No
leaper.
kidding. You've been jumping like you've got to jump to conclusions, Matt, with you.
Jump to conclusions, man. What was that on?
It's on Office Space.
Office Space. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jump to conclusions, Matt.
Yeah, the guy that he's gonna he backs out of his car and gets hit. Or remember, he's gonna smoke himself out with carbon monoxide, and then he leaves and gets hit by the truck in front of his house. And then comes up with a jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
with all
Yeah, he's the rich
future
guy that they
money.
go to the party at his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So I haven't seen that show in a long time.
Been a minute.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a minute.
So
But no, it's I just got a message from Ayame. She's not gonna be able to get off work, so she will be a no-show too. I don't know what happened to I don't know what happened to Eric. It's okay.
Dude,
Maybe
life gets
he might be
busy.
stretching. He's been doing a lot of yoga and stuff, so who knows? Maybe
He's a teacher now,
Mhm, he
full-fledged
is.
teacher. So
See,
that's one, it's I love talking to Eric about karma stuff because he's just like with yoga, very flexible and very, very willing to talk about it in the weird, different, extreme ways, because that's what's cool about karma. With a universal idea, it doesn't matter what field we play in or what, it's just talking and expressing about what's going on. And then once we do that, you can start trying to figure out ways to help, like you said, with human beings manipulate it, try to change its outcome by changing our patterns ourselves, because that's what's neat with all the animals and all those egos. They create these patterns and stuff, but we, as these hairless apes, as Jake put it, figured out that if I do this, these things happen. And
Yeah.
that's taking the idea of karma and putting it to work, and it's what we do best, get to work.
it is, and we
So-
do it in all kinds of different ways, and it's time for us to move it into something that'll truly, like you said, we the first thing that human beings did is they learned trade. They had to learn how to exchange things without being able to communicate. And all we need to do is take that and just move it forward into a way where we forget about what the measuring stick is. Like you said, are we going to use credits? Are we going to use dinars? Is it going to be ruples? Who cares? It doesn't matter if we're just working with the things, right?
Yeah.
So it's high time that we actually made all of those things reflect the reality of those resources instead of the opposite. Because that's where we typically find ourselves is, you know, we're in a time of unparalleled inflation and everything else. And it's like, well, if all that stuff was paid for, then would inflation be an issue? You know?
Yeah. Inflation and all that stuff's all tricky because it's all
It's all
man-made as well.
Exactly.
You know, as far as, don't get me wrong, I understand inflation and people going to the grocery store because we go to the grocery store and buy food as well, and I can see the prices going up. But what I'm meaning is this, you know, like credit and all these are terms and functions that don't genuinely exist in a natural situation. They're a man-made function, just like a clock on the wall. You know, the sun doesn't rise because the clock says it's 7 a.m. We just use our tool and instrument to set it so it gives us more ability to make our time more productive and more, you know, and suit our desires. And that's what's, you know, like you're saying, and is that little bit of karmic manipulation, which is cool. So it's weird. How
Human
weird is it?
beings are funny. We're interesting things, and it's just, it's time that we evolved.
Well, exactly. If all that stuff holds true and applies, which it seems to have for the last, you know, as long as we can remember, you know, it just means it's a game for us to play with. So let's think creative. Let's think of new ways to do the same old functions, but in better ways to generate better outcomes. So, you know.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, boys, I'm gonna
Colby's
wrap this one up.
shaking. Colby's got to say something. He's sitting there laughing at us like a.
I agree completely. I agree completely.
Yeah.
But you're gonna tell me you two big bearded boys are hairless apes? Get out of town, dude.
I'm telling you, you're okay. Well, look,
Touche, Colby. Touche. I will give you that one.
Good Lord. Okay, there you go. Nailed it. This guy. I look like Sasquatch at the gym. That weird walk.
Come up with this term.
There was hairier people there, Rex. There was.
No, but it's all true. Other than that part. But
yeah. Other than that part. So, well, you guys, you know how cool and honored I am that you let me sit here and talk to you about this stuff. It's fun tonight.
Well,
I like gabbing about this weird stuff because the weirder it gets, the more it's in line with everything else. Because how weird is it that we're here? It blows my mind. So
well, that we're here and that we can express these ideas and these things that we're trying to do, and just it's incredible. It's truly incredible, you know.
The hell of a happening.
It is. It is. Yes. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. My eyes are killing me. I got to go get my contacts taken out, and so I'm going to cut this one a bit short. But it's been so much fun talking with you guys. Great time. Colby, thanks for jumping on with us last minute, buddy. Always love having you around. Tell Alyssa that we said hello.
And I'll let you know how dinner went.
Please do.
You should. In the comments on YouTube, you should get on and write how your dinner was. And if you guys have any questions, comment on YouTube. Get on there. Check it out. On the little videos, on the big ones, the karmic briefs, the transmissions, ask some questions. And if you think Colby made a wrong decision, what should he have ate instead of cheesy potatoes?
Touche. I'd like to hear that.
Down. Maybe tater tots, maybe a salad. Who wouldn't know? Not that.
Whoa.
Skittles.
I don't have a rabbit.
Yeah. So, okay, Jackie, bring it home.
Well, guys, thanks again. This is Karmic Transmission 46 coming at you with Rex and Colby. Love the hell out of everyone. Check us out, karmincarnate.com. You can catch us on all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, Karma Incarnate, or at the Karmic feed. And as always, guys, get out there and do something. Make an impact in your community. And if you want to know the best way to make your impact, make it with us. That's the best way you can do it. So,
Hey.
all right, guys, have a good night.
Good night. See you guys.
Good night.